I have a question. So that.
Oops.
Sorry.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Warm greetings to everyone. They say that the adventure of life is to learn, the purpose of life is to grow, the nature of life is to change, the challenge of life is to overcome, the essence of life is to care, and the secret of life is to dare. The spice of life is to befriend, and the beauty of life is to give and share. And that's exactly what we do on the Kryptonite show by Chilparco International. This is season 1, episode 6 of the Kryptonite show. And as always, we are here to connect, to care, to communicate, and to share our expert thoughts on issues that can be of global relevance, that can actually help us, especially today we are looking at business, we're looking at leadership, we're looking at education, we're looking at entrepreneurship, and we're also looking at people who wish to become edupreneurs. So with all that, let me introduce to you today, briefly first, our guest for the show, program guest is Dr. Daphne Soares, all the way from UAE, though she belongs to Pakistan. And she is the founder and the CEO of Carousel Moms, a wonderful, dynamic woman. And she will tell us more about herself, but please know that she has a powerful voice. And that is what she's here to share with all of us today. And then we have with us also our wonderful, wonderful Queen, our Excellency, Her Excellency, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth, all the way from UK. There she is, the founder, the director, the president of Yes You Can International. And you know what? That is the philosophy, that is the secret that she keeps on sharing with everyone, that yes, you can, and you need to believe in yourself that you can do anything amazing. In fact, be unstoppable, be unique, be ubiquitous, be unbeatable. Because if you don't try, and if you don't step out of your comfort zones, you will never, my friend, know how amazing you are. Well, I see that our lovely friend Daphne has sort of dropped out for some reason. Well, while we wait for her, dearest Queen, please tell us something about your journey as an entrepreneur. Dearest Queen, we cannot hear you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me to this wonderful event, Kryptonite show, or something like that. I'm still working.
Show. Yes.
I'm still working on my pronunciation, even though I'm a great speaker, but still I'm working.
You are a wonderful one.
Right. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I want to say I'm so happy to see you again, Dr. Vima. I will keep on mentioning your name because I've missed you on this platform. So you want me to quickly just tell you about my journey as an entrepreneur?
Yes.
I remembered when I was very, very young and I watched my dad running a business, even though he was educated as an engineer, but then he never wants to work under anybody. So he set up his business. And I remember that he involved me during that time to be his secretary, even though the secretary without pay because I'm his daughter. But then it's an idea because payment is, getting money for what you do is not really our style as a woman, if you understand that even all the things we do in our domestic work, we're not being paid. So I'm used to that. And also, my mom is also an entrepreneur. She is a fashion designer. So she works on her own. So that really show us the way that we can also become an entrepreneur. But then, because of all the things I went through, it wasn't easy to jump into it and start setting up a business. So I have to go through my own personal journey first. And then within the period, then I pick it up on the way. Well, let me say the official time that I really started was 30, I think it's 31, when I was housewife raising my two children up. And during that time, I can't work. So, and I have a wonderful pastor that keeps on telling us that even if you cannot work, you can turn your house into business. So, and I know that my background is secretary, typing and other things like that. So my husband managed to he bought me a computer, very nice one. So that is how I started, by helping the students to type and type their reports, and supporting the entrepreneurs by designing their brochure. It's not as elaborate like this technology then. So it's like you have to use the paperwork, combine everything together. So that's actually how I started, by Lizzie Business Center, where I just supported others to do what they are doing, the business or the students and other things like that. But officially, when the children are growing up to 1 or 2, 3 years, so that I have to put them in primary school, something like that, I apply for a job, and unfortunately, I have to walk out of that job because I didn't have a satisfied nanny to take care of my two lovely, adorable children. So I decided to walk out from that well-paid job. And I decided that I would just be working alongside of my children. And then that time they said that without money, you cannot start a job. That is the policy, or that is the beliefs of others. But I'm here to let you know that my first business was I didn't get any loan, and I didn't use any money. All what I just did is just use my computer and every resources in my home to create it. And also, I took up a boldness to go and register with the government, and then to run the market by selling all my inspirational gifts. So that is how I started. So I started from one market and then extended to 3 or 4 markets, employing other people to work for me while I'm doing all the designing overnight, putting them in frame or printing. And from there, then I started saving money. And then I started buying my printing machine to personalize gifts. So that is also was really doing well, and then progress as well. Then I started having shops, because running a market in UK with the weather is not easy, especially during the winter period. So sometimes we lose a lot of money because of all the weathers and everything like that. So I decided to have a shop. So I organize gift shops in different parts of the UK, London, and then I employ others to work with me, while I'm also going back to office to work as a personal secretary to the director. So it's like combination of being an entrepreneur and at the same time working, working as a personal secretary to the director. So that is how I was doing it that time. And from there, it was progressing past. I was so persistent because I want to win and I want to make a difference. And one of the things that dropped in my mind that time was that as a woman, we don't write ourselves off. Because you are housewife doesn't mean you cannot pursue your dream. So I was using that moment to encourage all the housewife mothers that stays at home doing nothing. So I was using myself as an example. And I was trying to challenge them that look for something to do in the house. and be creative. You can sell, you can plant hair, you can sew, you can do anything within the house along with your children. And that is how I started, and I was very, very successful. For that 25 years, I was doing it. I ended up having about 6 shops, running markets in key areas of London, especially close to the stations, and I did very well. Until later on, I decided to walk out of the business for one reason. And the reason is I had a stroke. Before this stroke, I've been in and out of hospital for a year. And when the stroke now came on my bed, something serious happened. I mean, I was hospitalized, and then my left side patients, co-patients, died overnight, and then the right side died overnight, and then it remains me in the middle alive. So they moved me to a room separately, and that was the time I started seeking God's face again and said, and then God told me, is that your purpose? That is where Yes You Can International started.
Wonderful. Brilliant, brilliant. Oh, we're going to be asking you more such questions, but since we don't think that this is the end of it, and over here is going to be asking you some nice questions, dearest Queen. But before that, we have with us our wonderful guest, Daphne.
Yeah.
Daphne, please tell us about yourself a little bit, and then tell us about your journey. I mean, your journey as a business leader, your journey as how you structured Carousel Moms. Why did the idea come to your mind? What were the barriers, the challenges? Of course, the gender question was also there. So how did you fight all those challenges and emerge triumphant? We want to know it all from you. So it's over to our wonderful, charming Dr. Daphne.
Thank you, Olga, for the warm welcome and the beautiful questions you have shot at me, and the lovely share of our dear Queen, really inspirational and set the stage already on fire. As already mentioned, my name is Dr. Daphne Suarez. I'm the founder and CEO of Carousel Moms, Business and Leadership Coaching. I'm a business leadership, NLP, and timeline therapy coach, and also a counselor. I'm an international best-selling author and had the honor to recently launch my book with Les Brown, the legendary icon who doesn't know Les Brown globally. So it's really an honor for that. And yeah, I've just today posted, if you've seen that I've been ranked number 7 among the 30 business coaches by the NYC Journal. So it's been a lot of challenge, a lot of, standing up for myself and doing a lot, especially as a woman. Coming to my business name, Carousel Moms, this is the creation of my gorgeous daughter. Because she just felt that, mom, you juggle amongst so many areas, as all mothers do. So you're like a carousel rotating and spinning, and you have to have the correct balance in your carousel of life. Because if a mom is balanced, the home is balanced, and she can be a true inspiration. And I just so connected with this name, and I loved it. So she's not a designer or anything, but she is a freelance makeup artist certified from the UK and Ireland. So she came up with the logo and everything, and I'm really, love my logo and the name, where I can really empower women and help them to break free from whatever is holding them back. Because I strongly believe, Alka, that the power is within you. Don't look for that power from outside. Sadly, I think all of us, have come from a generation where we want the approval from the other. But why from the other if you do not approve yourself? How can you move forward? And in the words of our dear Queen, she always starts with, yes, I can. Yes, you can. Yes, we can. Which sometimes you like to pause and say, isn't that a bit selfish? Because she doesn't go with, yes, we can. Yes, you can. And then, yes, I can. And this twist is very important to see how she words her things, because it all starts with the I. Because even in the we, it's I am with the we, right? And with the audience outside. So it's so beautiful how she says, like a baby first is fed, nurtured at home, learns to little crawl, stands, keeps falling. And then the child is more involved and gets involved in society and the community. So it's a beautiful thought and really deep thought to be, paid attention to every single word. Life has not been easy, I would say, especially being a female. And basically, I am dual nationality. I'm between India and Pakistan. Because one parent is Indian, one is Pakistan. So my legs are stuck in both the countries, and I live in the UAE. So the third leg is stuck somewhere else, which I'm still trying to figure out where my third leg is, because I'm a two-legged human being, right? But both the countries, I find that it's a lot of restriction for the girl child, and it all begins from home. What was the beauty of my family is that my parents never treated me and my brother different. We were both equal. The rules were the same. So even when they passed away and I was told that, hey, get your brother to come from Canada because you are the girl child. And my argument was with the government. Hey, I was born within marriage and a blessed child. I was not a cursed child. Like, what if I'm a girl? What is the problem with you guys? But that's the way they take it in our countries, that you're a girl, you have no value. So it all starts from the home, that strength, that power that is given to you. And that from there, I have really said yes to myself. And when I look, I love the way I would say my daughter's basically my coach, although she's young, but she's got that innate talent. And when I share stories with her and she tells me, Mom, you've actually grown with it from childhood, because I still go back to those years in my community. And parents really trusted me with their girls. If I said I wanted to take them out, even carol singing or do anything, or have a jam night, if they knew Daphne was there, okay, the go was there, because otherwise they would get something solid from me. I was there, and I used to sit down alone with these youngsters, talk and counsel them. Little did I know what was coming out years later. And I did have a very good 9-to-5 job, as always. And I do really appreciate my father. I got a job in the same company as him. He was with A.D. Marker and Sons. I think everyone knows the Neurobion medicine, which is so famous worldwide.
Absolutely.
And he was holding a senior post. And there was a telephone operator's job out there. But not once did I approach him as my father in the office. Neither did he. Said, you come with your own credibility, and that's what you do. And in the office, I always referred to him as sir, not think more. So much so that when my one friend came to know one day, and she saw the visiting card in my pocket, and when she used to come in the van to pick me up, and she saw him entering the same building, she said, what is Mr. Pinto doing there? Because that's my maiden name, Pinto. And she said, why are you like roaming with this card? Is he your boyfriend? Are you in love with this guy or what? And the day she came to know that he's my father, she was like, to hell with you. You didn't even tell me. And we were saying so many things, because my father was very disciplinary. And he would even not sit on his desk while working. He would stand and work. And be one with everyone. So no one really knew. And as I said, I always used to call him sir. And from there, actually, I wriggled my way out to becoming a secretary. Those days, or when I look about 35 years back, like the Queen said, the electronics were just coming in. We did not know about the emails, the computers and everything. And I would sit down and try to be very inquisitive to learn how other colleagues did it. And from there, I got promoted to a secretary in the marketing department, and kept rising higher and higher, that I left at being an executive secretary, earning 23 years ago, 40,000 Pak rupees, which in those days was not a small amount. And again, why did I leave?
Yeah.
Because I got married.
That's the question.
And being a girl, It's like, okay, you have home is your place. You have to look after the babies and everything. So my
Sad.
in-laws,
Mm.
and exactly my son, but I was not really sad because I honestly, Alka,
Mm.
enjoyed every moment. I have really juiced out motherhood of really admiring my kids sleep, play, eat, drink, cry, every single moment
Yeah, I
that I
think
have.
Daphne, it's actually about setting your priorities at that time. Like what you said, I was also working and I gave it up, and everybody thought I was nuts and bonkers. But I wanted to enjoy those 2, 3 years with my daughter. She was a baby. I wanted to, do things for her myself. I wanted to doll her up. I wanted to feed her. I wanted to listen how, take pictures when she took her first step, her first smile, everything, I've captured all those moments. And like you said, if we couldn't have done that, if you're working, then your mind sort of gets it's divided, and you cannot just give your
And these days will never come again, Alka.
yeah,
Whatever
they
you
will never
do,
come again, these moments. You're
even
right.
if you have
So
another one, it will
yeah,
not be the same child, right? To treasure the moment.
yeah, I agree with you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you can connect to it the way I feel. But I do say that, as much as I treasure those moments and they were beautiful, we moved to the UAE and it gave me a very big gap in this country.
Mm.
And then later on, when I became older, it was like no one wanted to keep me because I didn't have the local experience.
Oh,
So I was in a roadblock, which I always, advise younger mothers who come to me that do something, keep that experience. And now with technology and thanks to the pandemic, is that because of that, we have become more, uh, thinkable, come up with more better ideas, and we can do a lot. Like right now, I'm sitting at one corner of the world. Each of us are sitting at different corners of the world,
and
and
corners.
yet we are connecting. You can,
That's
some
the
of you may
beauty.
be sitting in the home or the office. It's a beauty. So for me, I always take everything as a blessing, though many will say, how can she say she is grateful to the pandemic? I think God always has a purpose in everything
Yes, he wanted us
that
to
happens.
connect as a global family. Now we're all family. So Wilma
Exactly.
and Dr. Queen Elizabeth is from UK. You're from UAE. I'm from India. So it's like all of us are connected on this platform. That's the beauty.
Exactly. It's so
Should
beautiful.
be grateful to God Almighty, and we are just like you, Daphne. So wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Can I also quickly say something before we move on? There's a lot that I learned from Dr. Daphne today, and it just resonates with the message that we need to put across our women as well, that in respect of our situations or whatever surrounds us as a woman in our own area, that we can still turn it around.
Yeah.
I mean, and another thing, she also said something that she left the job because of family, because of children, because of marriage. And I think that is the message we need to bring out to the world again, because I have seen a lot of people did opposites. That means pursue the business instead of family. And that is why all the problems we have in the world happened. I remembered in my own case, I walked out from local government management board. They paid me well. But when they now said to me that you have to choose your children, your family, or this job, highway paid job, I did not waste time the following day to give them the letter and resign. I did the same thing also with City and Guilds Limited. It's a very, very big office, a big company. I was working there, enjoying it, giving me a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. But when they now said to you, oh, this is the job you have to do. So you said, you leave your family to do this job, or you leave the job to do the family. So I end up leaving all these big, big jobs when my children were young 3 times. Did I regret it? No.
No.
I really enjoyed it. So I just want
That's
to
the thing.
support.
I think it's also a question of control. We shouldn't be controlled by anyone. I mean, it's our life and we can do whatever we want with our life. It's our choice at the end of the day. Wilma, what would you like to say over here? I saw your daughter. Say hello to her from all of us.
Yes.
One. If she wants to come in, let her come. So don't sort of push her. Let her join us. It's okay.
My question to Daphne and all you girls, as you are telling that Daphne left to work because she had to take care of the children, and Daphne and Dr. Quinn, what are the tips that you give when mother can't leave the job to stay with the kids? Because sometimes I myself have the sensation, and I've heard to other mothers that we have to work a lot and we wanna improve our personal lives as well, but sometimes we have the sensation, the pressure that we are kind of leaving the children or family aside. So what are some tips that you give in order we live with that? Because sometimes we feel bad because it's kind of we are leaving the family apart and we want to be the perfect mother, the perfect professional, everything. But sometimes we feel kind of depressed. And what are some tips that you give how to deal with that?
Queen, over to you, please.
I wanted to hear from you.
When you're there, the honor goes to you to speak first.
Right, it's a great question. Let me use myself as an example as well. When I was trying to, well, I wouldn't say that I was pursuing a career, but I was trying to involve in their school and other things like that. So that question is a very good question because I've met so many women that they have no choice. I mean, like, for example, some of them might be single parents, and without them working, how would they feed their child?
Yeah.
Something like that. So, and then some people as well, they are in a foreign country where probably their husband is not around, like me. I mean, like other people, maybe their husband is in Nigeria and they happens to be here in UK. That's another reason. And also another reason also is that there are so many reasons as well, because yes, we want to be there for our family, for our children. And at the same time, we need to work. The bills are there. So how do you want to cope with the bills as well? Because nobody will come and tell you that because you're not working, so I'll pay your bill for you. Nobody pays anybody's bill. So you have to pay it. Yeah. They don't care. You still have to pay. So what I normally do in my own side, right, it's in two ways. So firstly, you need to, they need to get somebody they can open up to. Because it comes down, like you said, Dr. Aika, feelings. Sometimes we might blame ourselves for taking the decision we are taking. So we need to open up to other women that are around us, that are like-minded women, so that you share your thoughts, share your feelings. And might be during that time, one of them might offer to help. So that, I mean, in my own case, I remember when I was in school, I was studying. I mean, there's one woman there. She has 2 children. She wants to study and she's working. She's doing everything. So I have to offer my time to babysit for a baby for a long time, I mean, for 6 months, so that when I'm free from lecture, I will go to their house, sit down, especially when there was snow. You can't carry the baby that is still at home, and then you want to take another child to school when it is really raining. So when you open up to others, when you have a group of people like-minded like you, that you can share, so that you don't suffer in silence. We are not perfect. We women, sometimes we want to behave that we are strong and we are perfect, but we are not perfect. We are human beings. So we need to relax and open up. So within that period, you will have help. somebody to assist during that time. You might need to pay or you might not need to pay. It doesn't really matter. But the fact that you are not to do it yourself alone in that situation, you need to share. There will be a community or society or drop-off parents, that drop-off center or something that parents or women gather together, even men, because I've seen some men as well. They can gather together and then chat and share their feelings, what they're going through, where they're struggling. And I think that is one of the things that is helpful. Always make sure that you share with others and always ask for help as well.
Yeah. That's a very wonderful point, actually. We should have those small groups of people whom we can open up, because that's why we say, we say at Chilparco International, it's all about caring, communicating, and connecting. Because once you do that, so many things in your own life can become so much smoother and easier. And life has its ups and downs, like all of you have been saying. It does have the roller. We are always going through a roller coaster ride. But yes, if you have people who care for you, people who connect with you, people who are there to assist you whenever you need their help, because it's like you also help them and they help you. So, it makes life, the journey of life, more magical and more beautiful. So I guess, yes, this is a very valid point. And Wilma, would you also want to take Daphne's viewpoint here? Okay. Daphne, should let you go.
I think Queen has really nailed it. Such valid points and really a good takeaway. I would actually start it because the issue that's is created here, as you all know, a family starts with a man and a woman, right? Or whether they're transgender, whatever it is. So it's basically a couple. So when we look at the couple, what I find is that they are not educated about what marriage is calling for. That's the first issue. Second is that in previous times when we were young, we had extended families. Now the times are where we are not living with our in-laws or with our own parents or anything. So that guidance is not there of, you could say, your mother-in-law or your aunt or your grandmother telling you how and what to do. You're just thrown in the middle of an ocean. Swim the way you wish to swim, right? And when marriage takes place, the man needs to be told that the family belongs to him also, and he has some responsibilities besides just making money. Now, as Wilma said that there are working women, why is it that women are expected to make money also and look after the family? Because expenses are high. But the man is still only meant to make money. He can come home and sleep, rest. At the end of the day, a woman is also human. She has feelings, she has emotions, she gets exhausted also. So it has to be created a proper balance. A man helping in the home does not take away his manlyhood. And a woman going out does not take her womanhood. She will always be a woman. And why is she a little bit stronger? If you see us on this platform, because obviously the challenges that have come, we would not be that mamby-pamby type where we'll say, oh yes, you say so, yes sir, yes, all right, you tell me go left. No, because we are not at someone's beck and call. We have our own integrity and our own heart and mind to do things. So first of all, marriage must involve both, and it has to start from the home, where equality, where boys are told, respect the women, you have to contribute. The role is not the place for the boys to roam on the streets, have fun, play, and only work. This is very important to be seen to. And then, as the Queen mentioned about expanding to friends and family. Now, this is a very major issue that has taken place. Again, a transition that we have to make a mind shift, because there's a mind block out there. Because, if you tell somebody something, if you're living in my area, maybe the whole community and the whole country comes to know. So I don't want to share anything with you, right? That's where you need to know who is for you and who is against you.
Yeah.
You need to use your discernment and your own common sense. And what's more beautiful is that nowadays you can hire people. First of all, like how the Queen already said, you can hire assistants. The same way assistance is only not in the maids and the nanny and helping in the home. You can also get, that is why my profession is so much budding in, because we listen, we let you speak your heart out, pour what you need, and we walk you. We just extend our hands and say, I will walk at your pace with you. I am here for you. And we help you to realize your worthiness, which is so important. I think for the person knowing their worthiness, like today and tomorrow, I'm having a self-confidence class for young girls and women from 15 to 24. I'm shocked at the response. Literally, I was exhausted responding to the WhatsApp messages. It was like, somebody help me, assist me. I just can't cope up. The women, girls and women are craving for that. Rejection from the family and self-rejection is too much. If you're taught to accept yourself and love yourself the way you are and what you are, and you need to get your story out. And that's what I've done before this book with Les Brown. I've also put out a book with the women of color from the US. And we have shared our personal stories. And it is my story. It doesn't have to be your story. And don't let people judge you. Share your story for the glory of God and to empower someone else. And that's what repeatedly, and then another one is coming in May and another one is coming in October. Repeatedly, I'm putting out different stories for people to understand why are we keeping our light covered. As the Bible says, let your light shine for others to see. Don't put it under the table. Put it on top and radiate. There are people looking for you. Our countries are different, our lifestyles are different, but speak it out. It's okay. And I'm sure you'll get somebody wonderful. And speaking does help. Besides this, if I'm sure all of you have traveled in the aircraft, right? And what does the air hostess in the start say? In the time of turbulence, the masks will drop, attend to yourself, tend to the minor that is with you. And this is the problem with us women. We give and 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 we give till we are fully finished. And that's the
Right.
end. Rest in. We burn out. We need to make sure we attend to ourselves. If a glass is empty, you cannot drink water from it. It has to be full for you to drink something from it. For you to give love, give life, be an inspiration for everybody, your cup must be overfull. And we women need to take that me time. It is not selfish. We need to really boost up our energies and get it to them. Explain to your partner. If he will not listen, speak to, as the Queen rightly said, find somebody. You will have somebody, and you can club in. Why can't women support women? Aren't we all women out here supporting each other? Am I going to overtake your business, Alka, or are you going to run Carousel Moms? No. Or am I going to be the next queen? Or am I going to take Wilma's place? No. We all have our uniqueness, and we four are creating this beautiful platform.
That's what
so let's love and respect each other and not think that, oh, she might stab me in the back. She's not, no, none of us are here to stab each other in the back, but united we stand, divided we will fall.
That's wonderful. So with that, Daphne, I really would like you to focus on your area of expertise, business, leadership. So what would you suggest for the young, for the upcoming, women entrepreneurs? What are the steps that they should be looking into, when they're starting their own venture? Because we have made mistakes. And obviously, from our mixed experience, we would like to share it with them so they don't make the same kind of mistakes. So from your experience and your expertise, share all that with us.
Sure. Stop comparing. Stop comparing. That is the major pitfall that we have. We compare, whether it's race, caste, color, creed. Like you can see, Fair and Lovely is doing very well And tanning is also doing very well. Why are these businesses running? Because the white want to become brown and the brown want to become white. Can someone, for heaven's sake, just be satisfied with their color? I cannot be, you cannot be me.
Yeah.
We are created in perfection. And who are we created by? The one who is above, who's perfect. He creates everything good, nothing bad comes from him. So why are we trying to be somebody else? Look at his work of art, the canvas he has created. Would any artist like somebody to go and scribble on their artwork? No. But what are we doing? We are scribbling on his creation, what he has done. So stop comparing. But yes, if you like somebody, keep them as your role model. Look at them. Let them be your inspiration of how and what they do. And what I love nowadays with social media is, which is basically, in another word, is a pain in my neck, royally, because people love to know about your life. And Facebook stories and the post, oh my God, you have to tell them everything. Okay, I'm eating, drinking this, I'm right now jogging, I'm doing something. But well, that is marketing and that's business, because people want to know your life.
Wonderful.
But if we look at the beauty of it, Alka, is that it's not, yes, even previously we had this, the way people wanted to know yours. But what we would say, people wanted to know about your life and poke you, say, oh, why is Alka gone to this shop? She's got a lot of money. She's very rich. She cannot help the poor. All these comments. But now what happens with social media, you have the people who love you and want to follow you. They will see your story. They know, even it's okay, like our queen shared, she's going to fly. Go take out a picture of the aircraft. People want to know, okay, really? Queens fly? I thought queens always go in the carriage with horses. What is this? This is something strange. Then I want to find out more. Okay, which aircraft did she go into? So, I'm holding her as my role model, getting to know her more. So we are in good times where you get people who want to learn about you. So stop comparing. Have a role model is a must. And tap on your talents. All fingers are not equal, yet they create your beautiful hand. If you look at your hand right now, you have one fat finger known as a thumb. You have your tiny one. You have the tall man. You have the short man. Hey guys, a queen, I don't know. I'm sorry to say, but that's ugly, right? Like nothing, you're showing me your hands and all are unequal. Do you love your hands? You bet you do. They help you to do a lot. And it is, God bless your hands. But my comparison of the hand is coming, and why I said it's ugly, because this is what we are doing. We're comparing with others. We are not seeing that even your small finger sometimes helps to clean our ears, right? And the thumbs up, the common thing in Facebook and in WhatsApp, and the thumbs up. So I mean by this little stumpy fat guy, he doesn't need to diet, go on a crash diet, because he needs to be stumpy, so he can keep it thumbs up, going well, Wilma and the queen. So we need to realize and appreciate ourselves. If you've got a talent to speak, speak. If you've got a talent of, singing, do it. It's okay. Why are you trying? If you do not have stage confidence, there is always another way for you to do it. Again, I cannot be you. A puzzle has different pieces, and you are the perfect puzzle in the beautiful plan of God. So bring in your talents, tap on your talents, nurture it, water that talent, and bloom in whatever way you want. Because again, thanks to the times we are in, gone are the days when you had to be a doctor, a lawyer, a surgeon, a teacher. Now, even if you know to dance, go dance. If you know to stitch, go stitch. You know to cook. Why can't you teach? Like yesterday, there's a friend of mine who has lost her husband and she's alone in my home country in the house. Her son goes to work. I told her, if you're alone, why don't you share your talents? She's like, talents? What do I have to share? I said, why don't you teach our traditional cooking to some young girls or teach them some stitching at home? Wonderful. You will pass your time, and you don't know right now how many years you will live. So share your talent and pass it on. We are always talking about who will take our cultures forward. Share your culture with the new generation. They need it, they want it, and we need to accept them as we wanted to be accepted when we were youngsters. Over to you.
Wonderful. Amazing. Okay, so now you told us about a lot of things. For business, is there any particular secret for actually making one's business really successful? Now, first you'll have to tell us the meaning of the word success, because everybody has a different meaning of the word success. So first, what is the meaning of a successful business according to you? And what is the magic or the trick or the nuance of a successful business venture?
It's not all about money. The money will come. You started off wrong, and that's going to crash definitely. The problem with all business, it's the sector or any sector, we're coming to the common word of business. And its success is in serving your audience and knowing what your niche is. You cannot be a jack of all trades because you end up being a master of none. Yeah. Find one of your talents. What can you and then the who will you serve? Like for me, I'm serving business, leadership, and LLP. And who am I serving is particularly moms and women. So I've got it very clear in structuring these two things. Then put these behind. Once you've got this clear, what are you doing and who are you serving? I push the moms and the other things to aside. Keep them there, knowing that they are like the salad out there. Then you need to follow the thing of first seeing the environment. Environment is so important because what happens in the UK does not happen in India or in Mexico, right? So you need to find out where is your audience? What are their needs and what are their wants? What are their challenges they are facing there? Now, the way I would deal with a person from the UK or US, I would not deal with a person from India or Bangladesh or Pakistan. You need to know your awareness. Like for me, I am working globally. So I don't have it one target audience. So being international, I need to educate myself on the needs and wants and the cultures of all these communities. And at the same time, it's not necessary that you only look at the countries. Now, when I go to the UK, like look at the Queen, there are so many different cultures in the UK. I need to know that what does her people want and how do they live out there? And how does the Britishers really live? I cannot bring the British on her head because her mindset, her growth, her family will be quite different, and I have to really respect her values and her thoughts. So once you've done this, try to study and in depth know the environment. After that, you start structuring your business. Once you've come to the structure, then you could move into implementing it, in moving forward to target your audience. Because if you do it in another sequence, it's sure to be disaster and fail. Number one, remove money. Money will come if you're successful. And success is not money. Success is delivering and getting good results. It's not also deliverance. Because if I can give you lecture to you forever today, and if it's not making an impact on you and not helping you in your life, it's a flop. And all about business is building rapport and referrals. Have I made such an impact on you that you will speak about me? You will refer others to you or to me or anything, or would it just be closed? I can do a lot of paid advertisement on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere. But remember, you cannot buy rapport. You cannot buy love. You cannot buy trust. Your clients and customers
Wonderful.
must trust you, because only with trust will they lean on you and say, take over. Why is the queen flying in a plane if she didn't trust the pilot? Why do you travel in cars? You do trust the driver in some way or the other. So to build that trust, you need to give out trust. You need to know how to zip your mouth and throw it. Sadly, we women have the title that we are big gossipers. But I want to remind my audience, we women, when we need to shut our mouths, we do. Just because a little bit we may shed a tear does not mean we've disclosed everything of the family or smiling. There is so much in our hearts and in our minds, but we are human at the end of the day. Maybe a tear is shed or a smile, but there's always something deep behind that tear and that smile. So always work, again, I repeat, on your target audience, what you are serving, who you are serving, the environment, followed by the structure, then implement, and then comes the people. The people is last. Do not, with the day you put the people first, because that's what we do. I want to serve Brazil, and okay, Vilma's from there, and I'm going to sell to her. And oh my God, I don't even know what I'm selling and what does she need and what does she want? What am I doing? Maybe she wants a new jacket right now, and I'm telling her how to, be on Facebook or how to do a live. She'll be looking at my face. Okay, she'll be listening in honor, decency. Okay, carry on. Okay, but in her heart, she will say, I wanted a new garment for a party, and what is this woman talking? So if I'm not clear, how will I be clear for her on her wants and her needs?
Right.
I hope that is really answered your
Wonderful.
question.
But I think Wilma has something to ask you.
Bring it on, Wilma. You're muted.
I'd like to ask you, when was the exact moment that you realized that you could be inspiration for other mothers and women out there? When was the exact moment? Wow, I can help others. When was that?
It's when I broke free from what was holding me back. I've come from a generation where I was also told to think about others and be a people's pleaser. And nothing comes in the comfort zone or a bed of roses. I stood up for myself. Again, opposition, broken bad and hard by the ones I call my own. Not family and relatives, definitely, but they were own. And I was not going to. Stop me from this side, I will still reach my goal from the other side. I'm unstoppable. And since I'm unstoppable, I've seen the pain and the issues that other women are going through. And that is why I am here to break free from whatever is holding other women back. And I proudly say that at this moment, yes, like I said, I've got dual nationalities from both the countries. And you will be surprised to know that Pakistan has elected me as the Women Empowerment President.
Wow.
To empower all women in an Islamic country.
Lovely.
And that's where I am. And what's more beautiful, because I'm unstoppable, I'll further share, I am a Christian by faith. And I will tell you, for the first time in the history of Pakistan, when the National Council meeting was taking place, the local faith word was read from their holy book. And I was the only woman sitting there. And unexpected, they took a pause and they said, we have one female amongst us who is not of the local faith. We ask her to open the Holy Bible and read from it. How beautiful was that? What more do I want? And what I believe in, I'll tell you strongly, and the secret to my success is, do not bring issues when issues are not needed. For me, my unity with all faith is, if I find I am faced with people of other faiths who are not Catholics or Christians, all I need to speak is about God. Your belief is yours. I do not need to push my weight, because my faith is perfect for me. A Hindu's faith is perfect for him. A Muslim's faith is perfect for him. Whatever you believe in is not my concern, even if you do not believe in a God. I must not push my weight on you. I must so lead my life and be an example, so that when you see me, you want to know, who am I? What is my origins? Who are my parents? What faith does she follow? And myself, being a catechist, I teach the faith. I've been teaching for over 35 years, and I hold a master's degree from the Dayton University of Ohio, USA. And I will tell you, all that I have always taught is connect well with the Creator. I do not care about prayers or anything. Come clean before Him, come clean before yourself, and stop building walls, bridges.
Wonderful.
Life is beautiful. And do not bring all these faith discriminations for no reason. And I think that's one of the secrets that I am successful in Pakistan, being the only woman I have right now. I'm waiting for other women to come forward as a president. Hopefully, I can see the
I'm
light
sure
shining
you're
and
inspiring
rewarding
many of them. You see, because if one woman takes up the cudgels to, move forward and dare, it's all about daring. Many women will want to do it too. So I guess, you're being a good president. I don't say good. I say that the best, because we didn't know till you told us just now that you have become the president. Wow, that's something amazing for the Women Empowerment Council over there. That's something really amazing. So we definitely on the 6th.
And to not being of the common faith also.
Yeah,
so
wow.
For me, stand up for my community. I think it's all God's grace. And
yes,
I
we all
glory
believe
God.
in God Almighty. Absolutely. I think all of us do. And that is why we are so connected, and we feel, we are over here sharing on the platform. It's not about someone knows more or less. It's about everyone knows something, and we need to learn something from all our friends over here. And surely we are learning so much from you and from Wilma and from Queen Elizabeth. And it's the same with everyone. So, wow. Okay, I have one question. Knowing what you know now, okay, is there anything you would have done differently when you first started out? So you carousel moms, for example, but you know now, is there something you would have done differently at that time when you started out?
Definitely. You're giving me deep thinking. I need brain oiling right now. Definitely, I would, yes. If I had not broken free and changed my mindset, thanks to all my counseling training. And by the way, I am qualified from India in counseling and from Canada. So, I'm everywhere with the Indians, with the Pakistanis, with everyone.
Wonderful. I love that. No wonder, we have this instant connection. Great. I just love it. Wow. Wilma, you want to ask something before we ask our queen to sort of give her take as a program virtuoso?
Yes. Daphne, what is something that you would say to girls and the women out there who don't believe in themselves, who think that they are not able to manage doing all the things that we have to, or we think we have to? What is some advice that you would give these women to empower themselves?
Lovely. Nourish your mind. That's one of the reasons that we came up with the Embracing Imperfection book. And with the Embracing Imperfection, we are with 30 women of color from the US, and we've told our true story, because these are inspirations how we have really gone. There are women who have been abused, gone through trauma, been raped, who've left their jobs. There's numerous. You might laugh with the stories, you might cry, you might be shaken by these stories of imperfections. None of us are perfect. It's okay to be different. It's okay to have problems, but don't sit out there brooding on your problems. Get inspired. Like for more, I'll tell you today, before I came on the session, I've been a little bit lacking on my exercise and on really taking a break because I've been having a lot of whole night stuff. And to be honest with you, I just got a few hours before this session because I slept at 6 in the morning. So I needed my sleep. And I went on the treadmill and I put on some music. I said, this is going to get me motivated, really boosted up and energized for this live session with Alka and beautiful women out here. And I only did it for 15 minutes. But I tell you, that really gave me a boost. With in today's times, there are so many facilities. If you don't have money to go and buy things, you have the YouTube, you have Google. Only, I would say, use your wisdom. Not everything on Google is perfect and right. Take a pause, take a deep breath, and think God has blessed you with wisdom. And if that connects with you, read, follow, inspire yourself, and find, like what I will be doing even today with the girls, which is, I can't explain to you how my heart is broken and torn with some. Can you believe a parent messaging me and saying that I want you to take my daughter for the self-confidence class because she has been physically and emotionally abused by me? When I read that message, I was, Lord, save me. Where do I literally, I did not know what to say. I paused. I said, 1 minute, I'm just trying to understand. Can you just get this clear? Are you the biological parent? And who's this girl? Because I could not believe it that somebody messaging me and saying this openly for the girl. I needed to understand the child. I tell you that this masterclass has brought so much pain to me, so much heart feeling and tears to see how these girls are suffering and being abused. But what I'm going to find, that even if one thing they can find beautiful in themselves, I'm going to work hard on that one thing. Maybe they like their color, they like their eyes, they like their voice, they love their nails, they love any damn thing, even if it's visible or invisible. Grasp it, hold on it, and anchor that power in you, because each of us have got something beautiful in us. So hold that. Even if you have a relationship with somebody you love, it's a secret relationship, hold on to that and build on that power and try to come out. Like when you are thrown into a well, you want to come out, right? You find different ways. Are there dents in the wall where I could a little bit try to climb? Is there a rope? Oh, suddenly you see a little bit, some plant. You might fall, it might break, it might not take your weight, but you do keep trying and be a survivor. Do not give up on yourself, because if you do not give up on yourself, the world will not give up on you. And this is my secret, that yes, the world has crushed me. People have crushed me, my own, as I said, not only my family, my friends. It's sad, even God-fearing people have done their best. But I have victoriously stood up, that now not anyone dare tell me even about my hair color. Even if they speak negative, I know how to laugh it out and how to say, because I love it, I'm doing it because I love it. Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
And this is what we need to do, because my own experiences, when recently I went for a religious seminar, people came and pulled my hair and said, what is it, Daphne? What is this you've done to your hair? I said, well, going green, right? In fashion. Thanks, darling. And they were like, she's got some, definitely some psychological issues, some problem, because she's smiling. But why was I smiling? Because I smiled with myself inside. Otherwise, why is it, who are you? Don't touch me. How can you dare tell me? You know, it would have added fuel to the fire. So smile with yourself, learn to smile and smile it off, because It's a mirroring. I'm sure, Alka, you know what I mean by mirroring. This is
Yeah,
something commonly
perfectly.
we do in counseling also. So mirror it. So if you want somebody to smile with you, give her a smile, even if they're not smiling at you. They'll be
Yeah,
forced,
that's the
they'll have a
best
choice to,
thing.
but they'll smile. And women can do it. Just do it. No excuse.
Wow.
Thank you.
Lovely, lovely. So, dearest Queen, it's over to you now, our program doyen, for your comments now. Oh, please unmute yourself. We want to hear your lovely, lovely voice.
I'm still clapping. I'm still
Okay.
clapping.
Okay. Oh, I
Wow,
love
wow,
your spirit.
wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for this intake. Taking a lot from you, ma'am. And I really appreciate you for who you are. Because without knowing who you are, you will be lost. And then, like she said today, you know who you are, you know your body, you love your body, you love the way you look, you love what you are doing with a smile, and then people can embrace it the way you embrace it because you love yourself. So that's round up everything she said today that we need to. And it's just like what I've said about my book. Yes, you can. The book is about trying to let people know that I am vulnerable like you guys. So because I'm African queen, professor, doctor, everything, it doesn't matter. That is just a title. I'm a human being. I'm a woman. And I've gone through what most people have gone through. The reason why I wrote the book is for you to know that everyone you see out there has gone through it or they're still going through it. And another thing is that while you are going through what you are going through, and that is what I really learned from Dr. Duffy, while you are still going through it, you are also giving out. You understand? So you are going through yours, but at the same time, you are helping others because that is my joy. I find joy when I go out of my way to help others, knowing that I am going through mine, and that is a healing process. So thank you so much. I've really, and then when you say something like they need to believe in themselves, yes. If you don't believe in yourself, then you will accept what other people say to you. Just like I've written in my book, everything around me is negativity, right from the family, my friends, my co-worker, everybody is negative around me. But I have to shake myself up when I knew that their opinion doesn't matter. I don't live my life for their own opinion. I live my life because I've been packaged, have been created, have been made unique, prayerfully, wonderfully, patiently. God made me. He didn't just put things together. No, he spent time in creating me. So why will I depend on what people say about me? They are not God. It's just their opinion, and their opinion doesn't matter. So I really appreciate you, ma'am, for all the great things you were doing out there. I put salute off my cap, and I respect you a lot. Now I know the reason why my spirit is so much connected with you. Now I know the reason why if I don't see you on social media, if I don't hear from you, I'm saying, where is that great woman? You were doing great, ma'am. And congratulations for all your achievements, all your appointments. You don't have to even tell them who you are. You don't even have to, you don't have to even preach to them who you are. They are seeing it. And because they are seeing your light, in the darkness. And that is why they approach you to become the president. It's not about what you say, it's about what you are doing. Because at the last, you are the pillar, you are the pioneer of great things. So that is why they draw closer. And that is the important things I've learned from you, ma'am. When you do your own bit, that is your selling point in business. We call it USB. Everybody is selling food. Everybody is selling clothes. But what makes you different is your USP. And that is what we focus on, your unique selling point. That is what makes you to stand out. That is what makes you to be distinguished. The way you do things is what people watch and what you present to them. It might not be necessary what you are doing, but how you are doing it with smile, with calmness, love, with smile, that's what attracts you. And that is why they cannot go somewhere else. So, ma'am, you are special. You are unique. You are powerful. Greatness is in you. I'm glad you mentioned my mentor, Les Brown. I've been following Les Brown since when I was 16 years old. Without God,
Wonderful.
the universe, and the principle in the Bible, and then came to London as well, because you are in London lonely, no family apart from your husband and children. You want somebody to fire you. That is my brother, my mentor, my father, Les Brown. His words echo into my ears. When I sleep, I hear him. When I do anything, I go to work, I'm in trouble, I hear him telling me, the greatness is in you. The greatness is in you.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you as Chilparco International, as a member, an inspirational lady, and a good friend of Dr. Aika, and a good friend of Dr. Wima. We want to say we appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Thank you for your principles. Thank you for showing us the way. Thank you for enlightening us and also reminding us that it is possible. And yes, we can. If you can do it, ma'am, we can do it. All we need to do is cooperate together, leave all our differences, stand together. Because when we stand together with our differences, then we can make a change in the world. So I want to say thank you so much, ma'am. At your service, Dr. Aika.
Oh my God. So many words, so many things. My queen. I've also been searching the why we connect so soully, beautiful. Even I go hunting. I did not know what was the story.
Daphne, we also
Seems
have
like
Wilma
you-
wanting to say something. So Wilma,
Yes.
before I give the last bye-bye to everyone. Wilma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm so happy that I have this opportunity of learning and being inspired by all of you. And Daphne, you are awesome. I've learned a lot from you. For many times, I've been following you, and you have been inspiring me and many other women out there. Congratulations for everything, and thank you for being the way you are. You really inspire us, and listening to you, the way you teach us to smile, even if we have problems around us. If someone kind of hates you, smile to them. Wow, that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for everything, and you are really inspiring. Thank you so much.
So much, Wilma, for kind words.
And I hope I will get invitation to
amazing.
follow you. And I hope I will get an invitation to follow you to Pakistan.
Yes, I'm sure. We're going to stay connected and stay in touch now. I've already invited Daphne for our next event, and she has blocked.
Great.
Wonderful. And it's been an amazing experience because we're all going to be sharing our, expressions to de-stress ourselves, the need of the hour. We're so, so anxious and so tied up. The routine is so mechanical, that we really need to, let ourselves go once in a while. And like Daphne also mentioned, the me too time, which hardly is there. And even if we give it to ourselves, we feel that, we start feeling guilty. But again, there is a need to feel guilty. By Daphne. Daphne, you were amazing. And on behalf of the Chilparco International family, and you are an integral part of the family henceforward. So you are with us now, and we are all a huge, lovely, beautiful family, though we belong to diverse parts of the world, but yet in our soul, in our heart, and our spirit, we are connected. And yes,
thank you.
Dare to dream, dream to dare, and make sure you achieve what you achieve, no matter what the entire world says. It's your life. So make it. And yes, there is greatness within you. So rightly said, down, the great motivational speaker, that word, those words of his, those 3-4 letter words, 3-4 words have so much of power, that there is greatness within you, which his teacher told long back, and that's how it started. I mean, so I think, everybody has that major turning point in life, and we should just grab the opportunity like our Wilma did. She said that I did not miss any opportunity that came my way to learn, and hence came a great English mentor, coach, and I'm enjoying it. I'm connecting with people all over the world. So I think this is the secret of moving forward in life. And yes, connections, care, and communication, something very important. Thank you so much, so very much to each and every.
Thank you so much.
And yes, everyone who watches us, do stay tuned to our next Kryptonite session. A lot of dose of sanguine Kryptonite energy to all of you. So stay tuned, and bye-bye from all of us now. This is Alka from
Bye-bye.
International. Bye-bye. From the child in me to the parent in you, from the parent in me to the child in you. It is all about lifelong learning and understanding your uniqueness, your unbeatable spirit, your ubiquity, and the fact that you are unstoppable. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.